Monday, November 23rd, 2015. We have a cold blast of air. Yeah, the coldest of the season, but it's only a quick shot.
Yeah, we've got a nice little rebound in time for Turkey Day. Speaking of which, we've got a storm in the west, and that is going to translate into something else.
That it will. So snow in the west to start the week, and then this is what it looks like on Thanksgiving Day. This is America's Morning Headquarters. Welcome to the show. We are meteorologist Stephanie Abrams and Kate Parker.
Good morning. I know it's a Monday. Some people heading to school, some people at home.
Yes, they are.
Cozied up in their big old, robes and fuzzy slippers that we wish we were in. But it's 47% of the U.S. population that's waking up below freezing.
Yes, that's a big chunk of the country. So it's not only into the Midwest, it's also into the South as well, Kate.
Yeah. Memphis, Atlanta, you're in on this game, right? Memphis under a freeze warning until 9 a.m. No watches or warnings for Atlanta that have been issued by the National Weather Service. But it's cold, right? So if you have to take the dog out this morning, make sure you put on an extra layer before doing so, Steph.
Yeah, don't fool yourself and think, okay, I could just put on the jacket, maybe some gloves, and I'll be okay. No, you need on the pants, the leggings. Well, you always need pants on when you leave the house. I mean, that's kind of a good idea, but listen, I don't judge. Do you? That's all I'm saying. All right, so here are our temperatures anywhere from the Great Lakes. I mean, look at Chicago's 26, Jackson, Mississippi, 28 degrees. Therefore, there are freeze warnings that are issued. Some of our producers at the Weather Channel are like, why are we left out of this? Our temperatures are at freezing right now. Well, the areas surrounding us, that's a nice Monday word, are a little bit colder, down into the 20s. New Orleans, you're at 45 degrees. Nashville at 24 degrees. We're going to warm up nicely, though, as we head into the afternoon hours, and we will see our temperatures into the mid to upper 50s, still below average for a lot of us, but really not by much. 'Tis the season, right? So as we head into the day tomorrow, still our temperatures on the cool side, but it kind of gets you more in the mood for all the holidays that are coming up, doesn't it here? Even down into Orlando, we're going to be 7 degrees below average. So that is cold to get into Central Florida. Here's a look at Atlanta over the next 12 hours. Remember, you have the sunlight, and that's going to make it feel a good 10 degrees warmer than the thermometer actually says, because the thermometer is in the shade. And here in Memphis, our temperature is the same. We're going to be warm and also sunny. But first, let's talk about the lake effect snow on the backside of Bella.
Yeah, Bella brought in these winds yesterday, and they were out of the west. They moved right over those warm lake waters. They caused some lake effect snow, and this is what it looked like in Cleveland. Now, Cleveland was definitely not the bullseye here, but about 0.3 inches on top of what they had on the ground from Bella is what we saw. So that's why it looks like there's a lot more snow here. It wasn't too much lake effect. Definitely not like what we saw this week last year. Remember that? We're just south of Buffalo. We had 78 inches. Yeah, it was more like 7 to 8 inches at a maximum in some spots. So now we've got very warm water temperatures, right? It's actually come down just a little bit. We were sitting at 50 yesterday at this buoy. We're at 49 right now, 47. We've got the mid 40s is where we're sitting with temperature in the water. Just above that in the air, we've got the 30s. We've got the 20s in Buffalo today because those winds are coming out of the north. Yesterday they were out of the west and blowing over those warm lake waters. So you're actually a little bit warmer in Buffalo than you are this morning. This morning, those northerly winds producing a little bit more of that lake effect snow. Syracuse, you've got a little bit of snow going on right now, just a dusting there. Cleveland, you're out of the mix, which is great. But if you're driving anywhere around the lakes today, just beware that you might run into some of those very brief, very light lake effect snow showers. We're not anticipating a huge amount. And by the time we get later in the day, Traverse City, some of Michigan gets in on the mix. It's just this very typical cold air on top of warm lake water. You know what happens this time of year. This is not a significant event, but it definitely is one that you need to watch out for. And be careful out on the roads. At a maximum, 1 to 3 inches. Mostly just a dusting. So just in time for Thanksgiving, it's another storm.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's traveling across the whole country.
It is, and it's going to first start off in the west, which is great news because we need the snow, we need the rain. We're going to start you off in Seattle this morning, and here's a live look at Seattle. You've got some patchy fog early this morning, temperatures in the 30s, the possibility of some rain moving in around mid-morning. So let's talk about our next big storm. And what's going to happen is we're actually going to see this trough dig on down. We're going to see a piece of it break off and kind of hang around the four corners, and then the rest of it is going to cross the entire country and be in the center of the country as we head into our Thanksgiving. So let's show you where it's starting off early week. That is here in the West Coast. So there we have the rain and we also have the snow. Still very active here into the Northwest, and everything's going to be pulling eastbound. Tomorrow, it's going to expand. So there it is, down into California, the Sierra, you're going to get snow. I know a lot of people do a lot of skiing around Thanksgiving. A lot of areas open up. Wednesday, the fresh powder into the Rocky Mountains, Montana, Wyoming, even into the plains, we're going to see some of this snow as well. And then, of course, rain as you get into those lower elevations. How much is going to fall? Look at this, 12 to 18 inches into the Sierra as we head northbound as well, and also into Wyoming. Maybe you're headed to Grand Teton or Yellowstone for the holiday. Seattle, it's all rain for you, and a cold rain at that. Temperatures in the 30s and 40s and those showers. Portland, the same is going to be for you. How about as we head into places like Salt Lake City? Are we going to get in on the snow? No, it's rain for us, but then as you go higher up in elevation, that's where you're going to see some of the snow. All right, let's have a look at our headlines now across the country with A-Rod.
Good morning, Steph, and good morning to you at home. We begin with just a heartbreaking story in the Midwest out of St. Louis, where firefighters believe a space heater may be to blame for a deadly house fire. Temperatures were in the 20s early Sunday morning when the fire started. Firefighters say there were no working smoke detectors in the home. 3 young children died in the fire. A child who survived describes how he escaped.
I thank God for my neighbors that was there. They came out, they helped us. When I helped my brothers, we all got on top of the roof and they helped us get down. So I was able to save a couple of my brothers, but just them 3, my 2 cousins and my little baby brother.
Firefighters say a 50-year-old man was seriously hurt when he tried to get back in the home to rescue the children. We head south to Texas. Governor Greg Abbott has declared a state of disaster in 15 counties due to the flooding. The areas in the central part of the state were devastated by storms last month. Governor Abbott is also asking President Obama for a major disaster declaration for individual assistance. That would allow people to apply for federal grants up to $33,000, as well as low-interest disaster loans. We're also closely tracking your commute as you head to work, school, or maybe you're already on vacation. We're going to let you know how the weather is going to impact your drive on the day before Turkey Day, Kate, in 20 past.
Oh yeah, I've already got my my Thanksgiving pants out and ready. I'm going to start trying to get those worked out by the time we get to Thursday. Okay, Washington, D.C., this is what you're waking up to this morning. Very cold, very crisp morning. You're in the 30s. You're windy as well. And as we head through the day, you're only going to get up to about 45 degrees. There are those north winds. That low has finally moved offshore. You know, we kept in the clouds through Boston yesterday. You're 6 degrees colder than you were this time yesterday morning, and you're just seeing those temperatures drop. So you're just clearing that. 18 degrees colder in the city. Pittsburgh, 11 degrees colder, and in the nation's capital, 15 degrees colder than it was yesterday morning. So if you walked outside on a Sunday and you were like, this isn't bad for fall, this morning is going to be a little bit of a different story. Look at Saranac Lake, 19 degrees there, 38 in Boston. And look at this. See how it's cooling even more before sunrise? Yep, you're seeing that cold front clear and those temperatures come down, those northerly winds behind it, really having an impact on how you feel outside today, because it's 42 degrees in New York. You're going to have sun, but you're also going to have some wind. So it's going to feel pretty brisk for you, right? Look at Washington, D.C., though, as we get into your Thanksgiving. I don't know that we could have, spun up a better forecast. It's like we had a crystal ball or something here. 62 degrees, and your average high is 55. So you're going to be at average the day before, above average for Thanksgiving and for Black Friday.
I'm still back on the Thanksgiving pants. I got to see these things. It's probably a cute look, Kate.
Oh, yeah. It's real attractive.
Well, we're just getting started here on AMHQ. Here's what else we have coming up. We've got all the forecast details you need before you head into the airport or hit the road this holiday. And bundle up, some of the coldest temps of the season as you head out the door today all along the East Coast. Plus, does your family do real or fake? We're talking Christmas trees. Sales this holiday season when AMHQ returns.
Currently in our area, 62 degrees under fair skies. Today, sunshine and clouds mixed. High 76. Winds north at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Tonight, partly cloudy this evening with more clouds for overnight. Slight chance of a rain shower. Low 65. Tuesday, cloudy skies, slight chance of a rain shower. High 73. Winds northeast at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Maybe some slush hanging around the Midwest for your morning commute this morning. Roads are mostly clear, but you know how it's really cute when it first falls, the snow, then it's not so cute, literally like half a day later. Officially, a little less than a foot of snow fell at the Chicago O'Hare Airport. We had a swath of over a foot, though, throughout portions of Wisconsin. So let's have a quick look at your Thanksgiving travel. I know that Bella just wreaked havoc on the airports this weekend. Here it is as we head into our Thursday. Unfortunately, right into the center of the country again. There's already some flooding concern here into Chicago with this rain. 57 degrees is going to be snow melt, so it's not going to last very long. We get a nice warm up, though, here for our Thursday, which is great for holiday travel. Let's go traveling here into the Northeast today. I know a lot of you are about to hit the road, get out there early. No problems here. You got to remember those sunglasses and those shades. It's always the worst when like the shade pulls down and it's like you needed just another like literally 1/100th of an inch to help you out. And so you just kind of like sit a little bit taller in your seat. There's a forecast. New York Saturday will get in on some showers, but hey, A-Rod at least is going to be on the warm side.
Yeah, I'll take 60s over 30s and snow any day. And I actually was sitting a smidge higher this weekend in Atlanta with that sun glare. But as you noted, Steph, no major storms on the weather map today if you're getting a jump start on Thanksgiving travel. But that wasn't the case over the weekend. New this morning, Midwest airports and highways quickly bouncing back from a rendezvous with a snowstorm named Bella.
Winter blasted into O'Hare International Airport in Chicago, quickly delivering 11.2 inches of snow. That was enough to make it O'Hare's second biggest November snowfall on record. FlightAware.com reports more than 1,000 flights canceled at O'Hare as a week of Thanksgiving travel got started in chaos.
Greg, the scene behind me really tells the story. The airline industry anticipating the busiest Thanksgiving travel season since 2008 and the Great Recession.
Anybody who got a jump start on their holiday road trip found it slow going across the Midwest and Northern Plains. Snowplows worked furiously to keep streets and highways clear. There was snow to shovel from the Dakotas to western New York State. Temperatures tumbled into single digits overnight, with a few places going below zero.
I can't remember an early snow as heavy as this one.
Snow blitzed at Kinnick Stadium in Iowa City, but the Hawkeyes managed to navigate the winter weather to beat Purdue and claim the Big Ten West title. In Indianapolis, a football game between Marion and Campbellsville universities delayed while snow was scraped off the field. In Chicago Sunday morning, ground crews at Soldier Field struggled to chip away snow and ice before the Bears could play the Broncos. And one of the most popular ski areas in the West opened for business earlier than planned this week. It's the first time Steamboat Springs in Colorado has opened ahead of schedule in 13 years.
So we're excited that we were able to open early. The conditions have just been so great that we had one chairlift that's open. It opened yesterday and now today again, and 7 trails. And then when we start our daily operations later in the week, we'll have a whole bunch more on the mountain open. We're hoping that we'll have top to bottom skiing available. That's how good the early season snow and the snowmaking conditions have been.
Wow. Perfect for skiers. Let's take a look at some of the images you're putting up on social media relating to the weather. Gracie McDonald posted this classic winter wonderland scene out of her hometown, Kalamazoo, Michigan. They got about a half a foot of snow on Saturday, and that just looks incredible until you have to shovel it, right? And also on Twitter, check out this frosty scene from the Austin, Texas area. Tom Baum says his car is shimmering like it's covered in glitter. Keep sending us those pictures and videos of weather happening in your hometown. You can share them with us on Twitter or on our Facebook page.
You know when that happens, that means the snow's dry, when you can, it's a little drier. Yeah, when it kind of looks like that, glittery like that.
Well, you don't have snow in the Dallas area where Kate is from, but you're starting out really chilly today.
Really cold, yeah. You know, and that's the powder that people love to ski on and snowboard on as well.
It's dry powder.
Nice and dry. Let's talk about what's going on today. Not a whole lot across the country, although it's much colder in a lot of places than you were over the weekend. Take a look at what's happening on the West Coast, getting into your Tuesday. This is whenever the system starts to enter, and if you're traveling, especially if you're driving, you need to have the snow chains in the car, have your winter weather kit ready, especially in the West, because you might see some passes that you have to go through that are going to be bad traveling. Things stay pretty mild in the East by the time we get to Wednesday and into your Thanksgiving. Things still pretty mild in the East, maybe some thunderstorms along the coast of Florida, but look at that big honking mess across the middle part of the country. And now we're starting to set our sights on the end of the week when you're trying to get back home. And that's whenever you have some freezing rain potentially in the forecast. Now, these forecasts incredibly temperature dependent. You can have 1 degree temperature change somewhere in the atmosphere. It changes the entire thing. So we're going to hone in on that as we go later through the week. But we could see some freezing rain, Stephanie.
Yeah, we could. Temperatures are rebounding in the Midwest after a brief shot of cold air. We'll let you know how hot it will get, and we'll track the next system.
Never before has performance sounded so revolutionary. Make some noise for Dodge's revolutionary lineup. And watch the big finish of the Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2 now playing.
Big savings on brakes have arrived at Pep Boys. This week only, get $40 off any brake service package starting at $99.99. So go ahead and schedule a same-day appointment at your local Pep Boys today. Trust the boys to get you there.
Dave, I'm sorry to interrupt. I gotta take a sick day tomorrow.
Dads don't take sick days. Dads take NyQuil Severe, the nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, aching, fever, best sleep with a cold medicine.
I'm thankful for Helping Hands and for this wonderful time of year that brings us all together, where all it takes to become part of the family is to sit down, give thanks, and share a beautiful meal together.
Share the wonder of the season and a meal you'll be thankful for. Walmart.
We live in a pick and choose world. Love or like, naughty or nice, calm or bright. But at bedtime, why settle for this? Enter Sleep Number. Don't miss the ultimate Sleep Number week going on now. Sleep IQ technology tells you how you slept and what adjustments you can make. She likes the bed soft. He's more hardcore. So your sleep goes from good to great to wow. Give the gift of amazing sleep, only at a Sleep Number store. This week only, save 50% on the ultimate limited edition bed. Hurry, sale ends Monday. No better sleep with Sleep Number.
When you're in pain, an hour seems like a day seems like a month. Resolute Pain Solutions offers same-day, next-day appointments for evaluation and treatment. Our pain management specialists have the knowledge and experience in state-of-the-art procedures to relieve pain and get you moving. Patients in pain no longer have to endure unnecessary suffering while waiting for an appointment. Resolute Pain Solutions. Stop hurting. Start living today. Visit resolutemd.com/TV.
Tonight, the Weather Channel drops you into a new season of nature's worst-case scenarios and asks, so you think you'd survive?
It's coming toward us.
The hit original series is back to put your survival skills to the test.
Could be the last mistake you make.
Oh my God! So You Think You'd Survive, all new tonight at 10, only on the Weather Channel.
Stay tuned for your local on the 8, brought to you by LL Bean, guaranteed season after season.
And just like that, it's a whole new world outside. And jackets come out of hibernation. And we can feel the air. We can see it too. And we gear up and layer up and zip up. And we make the most of the new season. Because when the world is at its coldest, we're at our warmest. LL Bean. Guaranteed season after season.
Currently in our area, 62 degrees under fair skies. Today, sunshine and clouds mixed. High 76. Winds north at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Tonight, partly cloudy this evening with more clouds for overnight. Slight chance of a rain shower. Low 65. Tuesday, cloudy skies. Slight chance of a rain shower. High 73. Winds northeast at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Good morning, just about 20 minutes past the hour on this Monday. You're watching AMHQ, and we are your travel headquarters. We've got a good weather day on the map today, but Wednesday, we're talking about Thanksgiving week, one of the busiest travel days of the year. A storm sets up in the middle of the country, so we've got it for you. We're going to tell you the top 5 airports most likely to be impacted by this midweek storm. Chicago, you're part of it with the rain. Dallas, Fort Worth, the rain. Oklahoma City, rain. And we're talking Salt Lake City, Utah. You could see some snow and possibly that icy mix. So if your plans take you through one of these airports on Wednesday, remember to give yourself some extra time, be prepared for delays, and possibly even have a backup plan. We saw all those cancellations over the weekend at O'Hare. On the roads Wednesday, this new storm system could make travel really dicey on Interstate 70. We're talking 90 and also 95 all the way up to New York, especially after the holiday, Steph, when people are trying to make their way back home.
Right, that's always the thing, right? First, let's get you to your destination because you're going to be dealing with some messy weather, and it's all starting off here in the west. We have a big trough that's going to dig on down, and we have a little vort coming in here, but we have a big trough that's going to come on in, and that's actually going to travel across the entire country. So even if you don't live along the west coast, don't tune us out because I'm going to show you what's headed in your direction and what exactly we're going to see. So I always say the atmosphere is like a hamburger. We're going to take you around the tomato layer, and this is the trough that's going to dip on down, and what's actually going to happen is it's going to be like a Kit Kat bar. A piece of it's going to break off and kind of hang out west, but then the rest of it is going to be moving eastbound. So let me show you that's happening here. So there we have our big trough. There it is. He's going to pause it for you. So here's that low pressure, and actually part of this is going to break off, but this trough is going to continue to progress eastbound. I know this is a little messy, a little hard to see there, but there it is for us. There's the low that breaks off, and here's that front that's going to continue across the country. So that was for my meteorologist. That was what's happening with the spin in the upper levels of the atmosphere. But what does this translate to? Let me show you that now, because I know it's very early. It translates into snow and rain. This is what that indicates. We will be seeing that snow here throughout Wyoming, also into the plains, and then on Thursday, on Thanksgiving Day, it's into the center of the country, and we will see not only rain and snow, but we're also going to get that stuff right in between. The wintry mix. What in the world does wintry mix mean? Well, that means you could see some sleet, you could see some freezing rain, and sleet, remember, has a beat. They're like teeny pellets that bounce, and freezing rain is when you have the water falling from the sky and then it freezes on contact to things like your cars, to trees and stuff like that. On Friday, we could have a freezing rain event all the way down into Texas. On Saturday, it could be significant here. If you're trying to beat that rush home on Saturday, you might actually be pushed back to Sunday because of the freezing rain. So let's talk about the different precipitation types. And this is great how I always say the atmosphere is like a hamburger, right? So it depends on what's happening throughout the entire hamburger. So you go from the top bun all the way to the bottom bun where we live. So for snow, obviously you have a hamburger that's been in the freezer, right? It is rock solid. So the entire column is frozen, you get the snow. What happens is when you have a little bit of warm air sneaking into the atmosphere, you have the frozen stuff, it melts, and then it refreezes. But it freezes enough where it's hard pellets that are going to fall. Freezing rain is when you have a layer that's much warmer. So here's the top bun of your burger, and then through your tomatoes and your onions and your lettuce, it's warm. And then right at the bottom bun, it's very cold. So it freezes right away. And of course, the whole hamburger, you put in the microwave, you nuked it up, it's nice and hot. That's when you get rain. Kate?
Okay, so let's talk about the Midwest this morning, and what you're dealing with is the bottom bun is covered in snow, right? So you've got all kinds of snow, about over a foot on average across the Chicago area. Now, you may not be seeing a lot of it on this camera, but there's a reason for that. Right along the lakefront, we didn't see quite quite as much snow because the waters were so warm here in the 50s. That really caused a lot of rain. And you're looking at this and you're like, what are you showing me here, Kate? See how all the lights are nice and frosty looking in this photograph? That's thanks to the snowfall. Yeah, you can see that swath of it across the upper Midwest. So right now in Chicago, it's 26 degrees, winds out of the south, no longer off that warm lake. You've got 38 degrees in Kansas City. You've got 23 degrees in Cleveland currently, and you are going to warm up this afternoon, but it's still going to be pretty chilly. Make sure you put on the jacket before you head out the door. We're right back.
Coughing, sniffling, and wishing you could stay in bed all day. When your cold is this bad, you need new Theraflu Express Max. Theraflu Express Max combines maximum strength medicines available without a prescription to fight your worst cold and flu symptoms, so you can feel better fast and get back to the job at hand. New Theraflu Express Max, the power to feel better.
Do you and your brother like being gangsters?
I'm not a gangster.
The Krays are gangsters.
Well, I think he's sweet.
London is going to be the Las Vegas of Europe. We need someone to muscle him.
We can handle it.
Yeah.
Tom Hardy is the Kray twins. Me and my brother, we're going to rule London.
What is the point of all this? You're not going to enjoy yourself.
Legend. Rated R.
Every step, every stride, every start. Begin strong with the lasting energy of 100% whole grain Quaker oats. And off you go.
You ready?
Some call it giving back.
Oh, come on.
We call it Share the Love. During our Share the Love event, get a new Subaru and we'll donate $250 to those in need, bringing our total donations to over $65 million. And bringing love where it's needed most. Love. It's what makes a Subaru a Subaru.
What's this? A box. It takes worn out things and makes them better.
It's our biggest breakthrough yet. We're taking worn-out batteries and making them into something strong. Energizer Eco Advanced, world's first long-lasting battery made with 4% recycled batteries.
You can't always be there to protect her down the road. Make sure the tires she's riding on will. With the revolutionary Michelin Premier Tire, even when half-worn, it's still safe, thanks to Evergrip technology. The Michelin Premier Tire, safe when new, safe when worn.
It's go time this Black Friday at PetSmart. Doors open at 7 a.m. Go big and save up to 50% on tons of gifts for pets. Go tasty with the lowest prices of the year on treats and rawhide. Go bold. Save 50% on pet holiday fashion and toys. Go wild. Save 50% on live pets, habitats, and aquariums. Go home happy and give cheer to your best friend. PetSmart.
If you take multiple medications, a dry mouth can be a common side effect. That's why there's Biotene. It comes in oral rinse, spray, or gel, so there's moisturizing relief for everyone. Biotene, for people who suffer from a dry mouth.
What makes a great custom suit? Fabric sourced from the finest Italian mills, details handpicked by you, and made right here in America in just 3 weeks. I'm Joseph Aboud. This is my custom suit. Now available at Men's Warehouse.
Currently in our area, 62 degrees under fair skies. Today, sunshine and clouds mixed. High 76. Winds north at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Tonight, partly cloudy this evening with more clouds for overnight. Slight chance of a rain shower. Low 65. Tuesday, cloudy skies, slight chance of a rain shower. High 73. Winds northeast at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Closed captioning brought to you by Eggland's Best Eggs.
There's only one egg that just tastes better, with more vitamins and less saturated fat. Only Eggland's Best. Better taste, better nutrition, better eggs.
All right, it's time for the big picture here. These are your cliff notes to get you out the door. And we're going to start off here with our cold blast of air right into the center of the country. The good news is it doesn't last long, but it dips it low, slow, all the way into the northeast as well. So that's going to be what you're dealing with this morning as you walk out the door. Then this is our next weather system. For the beginning of the week, it's going to start as snow in the west, but it's going to progress eastbound. So by our Thanksgiving Day, it's going to be into the center of the country. So we've got the snow and the rain here, anywhere from the plains to the Midwest, portions of the Northeast and the South as well. That's your big picture. It's 30 minutes past the hour. Welcome back in to AMHQ. So we're still in this active pattern. You know, we're not getting a break from that.
No, definitely not zonal flow. Definitely getting nice and amplified.
Meridional, as we say in the world of weather. Well, you're definitely feeling the cold in Pittsburgh. Temperatures in the upper 20s this morning. But hey, to 41.
That's not bad. You got sun in the forecast, but Pittsburgh yesterday, you were already past the cold front. So it's not that different than you were yesterday. For some other spots, it's way cooler, right, Steph?
When you walk out the door, it's definitely going to shock you. Now, right now, only 7% of the U.S. is covered in clouds. So there's going to be a lot of sunshine to warm you up as we head into the afternoon hours. This is what's left of Bella, bringing the first snow here into Maine. I know you guys are just dying for the snow out there. At least the temperatures are colder, so we could hopefully make a little snow. Our 24-hour temperature change this time yesterday was so much warmer. We're talking essentially 20 degrees cooler right now than we were 24 hours ago from New York down into Philadelphia. So certainly snow-making weather here into New England. Buffalo 24, Pittsburgh in the 20s as well, 30s down the megalopolis. But you see that cold air is trying to creep on in, though it is going to retreat as we head into the afternoon hours as we get some of that sunshine. So 30s and 40s, certainly on the colder of days that we've seen so far this season. Now, as we look back towards the Great Lakes, this is where our temperatures were frigid, but we're going to rebound ahead of our next system. So it doesn't last very long. You're going to go from the coats and the gloves to basically just a long sleeve shirt with our highs into the 50s. Here's a look at New York City. We go from 42 today to 64 on Friday. So Kate, everyone that's doing those like sleeping over outside in New York, even in DC, we're going to see those warmer temperatures. We'll show you that scale. You aren't going to have one of those frigid nights sleeping outside of a store. If people even do that anymore, do people brick and mortar it, or is everything online?
I think a lot of these stores open on Thursday. Now, apparently. But you know, like, it's waking up in the middle of the night for a lot of folks, but for us, it's like
it's
sleeping
normal.
in.
Right.
Oh, you open at 4, sleeping in. Okay, let's talk about Thursday, because it is going to be a mess for the middle part of the country. East Coast, West Coast, we're looking pretty good forecast-wise for Thanksgiving. But it's the heart of it that we see our problems. So let's go ahead and take a look at the East Coast, because I do want to note that there's just one spot that we could have some problem. Right here along the coast. Now, Miami, whoa, look at these waves. They will not be like that. That is some serious wave action. It won't be quite that rough out there. We're going to head up into, I know all the surfers got excited when we saw that. Jacksonville, 61 degrees, sunny. Now, right along the coast, we could see a thunderstorm or two, but that's just going to be in the afternoon and more of a typical Florida pattern for you. Not the problem in Fayetteville. You're going to be 50 degrees. This is today, actually, if you're traveling. And actually, all the way down in Miami, you'll be okay, too. Richmond, 44 degrees for you. So breezy as well. You do have a lot of sun in the forecast, but if you look way up there, see those snowflakes falling? Those are all the way up in Maine. So no problems for us as far as that's concerned. The travel forecast looking pretty good today. Airports at Atlanta. You know, this is notorious spot for some delays. And as you get into Black Friday, big travel day on Friday, fog in the forecast, low ceilings, you know, you might see some delays. That happens.
All right, Kate, thanks. Let's head way out west and talk about Southern California. A road there through northern Los Angeles County shut down indefinitely. Road crews say a landslide caused 150 feet of the Vasquez Canyon Road near Santa Clarita to lift and buckle. They say the heave is more than 6 feet tall. The slide slammed into utility poles, causing them to drape power lines over the pavement. There are no homes or buildings homes in the immediate area. Incredible video. The holiday season is beginning to take shape on Capitol Hill. A flatbed truck, there it is, delivering the Capitol Christmas tree. It was quite a journey for some 4,000 miles from Alaska. The 74 spruce will stand on the Capitol's west front lawn. It will be lit up the evening of December 2nd. So, Steph, that's next Wednesday, and House Speaker Paul Ryan is going to light it with the help of a fifth grader from Alaska who was picked among hundreds. She had to write an essay, and she got a spot to be the honorary guest.
Oh, that's super cool. By the way, Hanukkah starts really early this year. It's December 6th, so they'll be lighting the menorah. I knew they have like a big ceremony for that too this day and age. Well, do you prefer real and spectacular? Seinfeld, you're welcome. Or fake and longer lasting? Don't answer that. We're talking about Christmas trees. Get your mind out of the gutter. Coming up, and look at your options when decorating for the holiday. Let's take you to Washington, D.C. A beautiful look at that sunrise. 33, crisp, cool, and shining bright like a diamond.
I've suffered for 18 years with dry, cracked hands.
In the winter in Chicago, it's dry, it's cold, makes my hands even worse.
O'Keefe's Working Hands. Guaranteed relief for dry, cracked hands.
My hands feel better.
I finally found relief.
Learn more at o'keefescompany.com.
Have you tried O'Keefe's?
O'Keefe's. Guaranteed relief for extremely dry, cracked hands and feet.
Yeah, I'm just not having any luck dating.
Then why don't you try eHarmony? We've helped over 1 million people get married.
That sounds great.
Stop waiting. Start communicating for free today.
Believe it. AT&T and DirecTV are now one, which means you can watch in the house, in a tree house, or even in Miss Pepper Pie's house. Pause in your PJs and hit play during a PB&J. Nice! And enjoy some cartoons instead of listening to Dad's cartoons.
Meet you all the way.
Get the best of both worlds. DirecTV at home and 2 wireless lines from DirecTV and AT&T.
The Lexus December to Remember sales event is here. Lease the 2015 GS 350 with complimentary navigation system for these terms. See your Lexus dealer.
Even during the holidays, you get used to smelly odors. You think it smells jolly, but your guests disagree. Febreze Air Effects doesn't just mask, it eliminates odors you've gone nose blind to. Break out the Febreze and breathe happy.
Need new tires? Right now at Pep Boys, when you get 3 Falcon, Cooper, or Hankook tires, you get the 4th tire free instantly. Plus, get no interest and paid in full within 12 months on your Pep Boys credit card. Trust the boys to get you there.
Every morning, Rudy gets these new Milk-Bone Good Morning Daily Vitamin Treats. They've got nutrients that aren't in most dog foods, and I get stuck with these. Hey, why don't I get a treat? Oh, that's right. I get pancakes. Say it with Milk-Bone.
What average underwear feels like. What Duluth Trading Buck Naked underwear feels like. Duluth Trading Buck Naked underwear feels like wearing nothing at all. No pinch, no stink, no sweat. Get a pair only at DuluthTrading.com.
V Združenih državah Amerike je vsak 5. otrok lačen. Milijoni otrok se težko učijo, ker nimajo dovolj hrane. Če so otroci prihodnost naroda, kakšno prihodnost imajo Združene države, če njeni otroci nimajo dovolj hrane za uspešno življenje? Amerika danes potrebuje našo pomoč.
How do you do Black Friday? Do you camp out or caffeine up? Stick to a list or let the savings speak to you? Click from the couch or grab from the shelves? Brave it alone or bring reinforcements? However you build cheer, Black Friday savings are here. Let's do this. Save over $800 on the Samsung refrigerator. The Home Depot. More saving, more doing.
We're geeking out on what's happening in weather, how it happens, and why it's so freaking cool.
Weather Underground, weeknights at 6 on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 62 degrees under fair skies. Today, sunshine and clouds mixed. High 76. Winds north at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Tonight, partly cloudy this evening. Tuesday, cloudy skies. Slight chance of a rain shower. High 73. Winds northeast at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Minutes past the hour, and we are looking live at the campus of Auburn University. Pretty deserted because they're on Thanksgiving break. This is Toomer's Corner here. Now, that's where they go and like celebrate when they have big wins. And they had a big win this weekend over the Idaho Vandals, 56-34, though Auburn is 6-5 this season. It's rough out there for football, and it's rough out there temperature-wise because we have a freeze warning until 9 a.m. So it's not only the Midwest and the Northeast where we have the cold, it's all the way down to the south, even into Florida, at least Central Florida. We're feeling the chill as well. Look at this, frost advisories from Tallahassee, of course, the capital. I don't know if Florida State won this weekend. I'm a little behind in my football. They did win this weekend. Okay. Everyone wants a good matchup between Florida and Florida State. It should be an interesting one. That's always a big rivalry. We are going to see the quick cold blast here into the south. It warms up into the afternoon. Now, this is looking beautiful. It is going to be cold for Southerners, though. So it's going to be a boots, sweaters, scarves. You guys are going to need it all today in the south because 50s and 60s is chilly for you. Memphis, we will see that sunshine here. 58 for a high. Of course, it'll feel about 10 degrees warmer than that. And then as we take you into the ATL, of course, the SEC championship game will be happening that first weekend in December. We will see the sunshine at least for the day today. Anna Rittis.
All right, Steph, thanks. Let's talk about travel. You know, the weather map looks great today. We've got dry conditions across a number of places, but we're looking ahead for you for the midweek travel for the Thanksgiving holiday. We're expecting a wide swath of rain to hit the middle of the country on Wednesday. Chicago, Kansas City, Dallas, and Oklahoma City are likely to be wet and messy if you're on the roads. AAA is forecasting 300,000 additional people will travel this Thanksgiving compared to last year. And we're talking about millions included into that number. That would make this holiday week the busiest for travel since 2007. So let's take a look at the interstates. Interstate 70, 80, 90, and 35 through the middle of the country, especially Texas. You're going to see some rain, and 90 across the Midwest. 70. Did you know that 90 is the longest highway in the country? It goes from Seattle to Boston, Steph?
I did not know that. That is a long ride right there if you're doing that. Well, following the traditional Thanksgiving turkey later this week, millions of Americans will participate in another tradition. But it's a tradition that requires you to make a choice. NBC's Chris Clackham helps you decide.
The debate over Christmas trees has raged for decades. Live or real, or the fake or artificial tree, which, by the way, at Christmas 2014, 81% of all American households went with the artificial.
That's not what the growers of real Christmas trees want to hear.
There's never been an artificial Christmas tree in the White House that I know of.
Grower Henry Helms naturally believes we should buy American and real because 85% of artificials are from China.
And we get enough stuff from China. Let's do domestic. Let's do home stuff, USA stuff.
His Christmas tree farm near Lincolnton, North Carolina is about to get busy. Although the crowd that favors fake still want the ambiance his trees offer.
Normally what I do, just like my mom, is I'll buy the Fraser First spray it through my house, and you just never know the difference. And you don't have the pine needles.
No needles, convenience, use year after year are the arguments the artificial industry makes.
They don't have to water it, they don't have to go out and get it, they just bring it up from the garage or from the basement.
It's also easier to stick by whichever choice you make because it'll still be Christmas, whichever tree you choose. Chris Clackham, NBC News.
Now, according to the National Christmas Tree Association, there are close to 350 million real trees currently growing in the U.S. alone. They grow in all 50 states, and the average growing time per tree is about 7 years. Now, Kate, I don't know about you, but Anna Riss and I were talking about, we're both real and spectacular. That's us.
Not only
you?
real, I like to chop down my own.
Hardcore.
You know, whenever you have drought, you actually go through tree droughts as well. You can't find the big trees. So that's important to note. Out in the West, you might have that problem. If you're going for that Christmas tree cut down this weekend, on Tuesday, look at what we have. See how this next system starts to swing in? Well, the Midwest and the East, you're quiet for Wednesday, but this is on its way. It's going to be heading across the West, spilling a lot of snow, and we even start to get in the iffy area beyond Thursday. So Thanksgiving looks wet for a lot of the middle part of the country. Dry on either coast, though. Getting into Friday, this is where we start to get a little concerned, is when we start to see purple on the map. Those spots where freezing rain is potentially in the forecast. Again, this is several days out, and 1 degree change anywhere stacked in the atmosphere can change what we're talking about with freezing rain, but the potential is there, and that's big travel trouble. That's dangerous. It can attach itself to power lines, trees, whatever, bring down branches, so that's really dangerous as well. A lot of rain across the southeast as well as we head into Sunday and you start driving home. We're right back.
This is Pete. Pete is helping his aunt move, so he's not thinking about tires right now. But if he were, all he'd need to know is TireRack.com. He could visit TireRack.com to find the full line of Pirelli tires, developed to enhance his driving experience. Pirelli, power is nothing without control. But Pete's not thinking about tires. Pete's thinking it would have been nice if his aunt had mentioned the Minor Bird. TireRack.com. Find, deliver, install.
This is good, natural, fresh. This is Miracle Grow Aero Garden, year-round indoor gardening for every home.
The herbs we use in our kitchen are grown in our kitchen with our Aero Garden.
Our vegetables go right from the plant to the plate. No herbicides, no pesticides, non-GMO. You can taste the homegrown difference in every meal. Basil for pasta sauce, cilantro for soups, baby lettuce for salads.
Imagine delicious herbs and heirloom vegetables on your countertop. Crisp salad greens any time of year. No worries about when to add water, how much to feed your plants, or the ideal light for optimum growth. Watch it sprout in days, harvest in just weeks, and enjoy fresh herbs and vegetables all year round. Good, natural, fresh. That's Aero Garden, America's #1 countertop garden. Visit aerogarden.com or Amazon today.
You may know us for our quality fuels. You might know we're the world's largest independent refiner, or even that we're in the Fortune 500 Top 20. But did you know we've given over $100 million for children's charities, delivered more than 45,000 Meals on Wheels, and given over $10 million for higher education? To appreciate a company's true value, you have to understand the heart of its people.
Are you in chronic pain or want to avoid surgery? At Stem Cell Centers of America, now in Boca Raton, our state-of-the-art Max Stem procedure allows us to take your body's own healing cells and move them directly to the source of your pain and discomfort, all without invasive surgery. Call now to schedule a free, no-obligation consultation with Dr. Parita.
My pain is gone.
And I have my husband back.
Discover how Stem Cell Centers of America can help you live a more active, pain-free life.
Great time for a shiny floor wax, no? Not if you just put the finishing touches on your latest masterpiece. Timing's important. Comcast Business knows that. That's why you can schedule an installation at a time that works for you, even late at night or on the weekend if that's what you need, because you have enough to worry about. I did not see that coming.
Don't deal with disruptions. Get better internet installed on your schedule. Comcast Business, built for business.
We know you have a morning routine. We have one too. 7 days a week, AMHQ is right here and weather ready.
Where's the rain that's happening right now as you walk out the door?
A lot of people traveling, but we'll keep an eye on it for you.
Because the weather impacts your day in 100 ways you see and 1,000 ways you don't.
I want to make sure everybody can get an idea of what's happening here.
So include us in your routine.
Let's get right to what you want, and that is the weather.
AMHQ, every morning starting at 5 on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 62 degrees under fair skies. Today, sunshine and clouds mixed. High 76. Winds north at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Tonight, partly cloudy this evening with more clouds for overnight. Slight chance of a rain shower. Low 65. Tuesday, cloudy skies. Slight chance of a rain shower. High 73. Winds northeast at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
A tradition like no other in New York City, Macy's unveiled its legendary Christmas windows on Friday for the 50th anniversary of A Charlie Brown Christmas. The Herald Square store revealed Peanuts-themed displays, automated characters moved around festive scenes as children of all ages watched the show. And it's so true. I actually bought my Christmas stamps for my Christmas cards about a month ahead of time because they had the Charlie Brown stamps.
Oh, how cute. Wait, so a month ahead of time is like, hasn't happened yet?
No, a month ahead from today. So I got it last
like a month
ago.
That's a great idea. But you know what? If you're sticking the postal workers, they work no matter what the weather is. But it's really tough whenever it's in the snow. And we have got a lot of it in the forecast creeping up as we head into Thanksgiving. Steph has that forecast.
I think the freezing rain is going to be the bigger deal than the snow actually in the coming days. Let's talk about it. Do kids even still watch Charlie Brown, by the way? It's like the parents force them to watch the holiday shows and the kids are probably like, this is boring. Give me YouTube. That's what all the kids watch. Anyhow, let's have a look at what we're dealing with. And we still are seeing this stream of moisture that's coming in from the Pacific into essentially the Northwest, or if you look also into portions of Canada. But what we want to focus on here is our big trough that's going to come in. So we have our moisture, but come to your television screen if you're not by it, because you can kind of see this trough drop into the Northwest. All right, hit it, Dean. They're not Adam, Dean. Jeez, I'm like so tired right now. Sorry. We have our trough coming on in, and here it is, and you can see it moving into the Northwest as we head throughout the day. You see that thing dropping in, and it's going to go into California as well. We will see the snow at the higher elevations and then the rain. But what's significant about this is it's going to bring messy weather to Northern California and down into Central California as well, which is good news. But if you live in the center of the country or the East Coast, this is going to get you as we head into our Thanksgiving day. So Wednesday, it's still in the West. Wednesday night, this is when we start to see those problems, okay? Notice the purple and the pink. That's really what you want to keep your eye on if it's happening in your part of the country, because that means sleet and freezing rain. The purple is more of an indicator of that freezing rain, which is the worst. That's when you have water falling from the sky and it's cold just where we live, right here at the surface. So that's when the water freezes on contact, and that is the worst possible scenario you could get. So Thursday, you see sleet throughout the northern tier and that freezing rain. Thursday night into Friday, it's going to be brutal from the southern plains into portions of Texas. Now, we are going to see this storm also drop in some very cold air. You can see very clearly where our front's going to be lined up here. Behind that, that's where you do have those colder temperatures that are going to be diving south. So you have the colder air coming in, then you throw the moisture on top of that, the 32-degree line, that's the freezing line. That's where we run into the freezing rain. It's going to be a mess for us here. Just looking at this, I don't know if for you it translates to how bad it's going to be, but where this freezing rain is here into the Texas Panhandle, I think is going to be very traumatic and troublesome for those of you who live there. Saturday, it expands. So we're talking all the way from Missouri, that's where it's located, back into New Mexico. We will see that wintry precipitation, and that's going to certainly potentially take down some power lines, take down some trees that could take down some power lines. Wichita, you are a straight wreck. We will see very warm temperatures here, but then the cold air drops on in with that precipitation, and it's going to be icy Friday, Saturday, and also into Sunday. Kate.
Hey, how about we take a look at Indianapolis? You have a cold morning ahead. Look at this. Traffic what? The sun is not even up, and you can see the line of lights. A lot of people heading out to work today. I know you still have to get up and go to work, but we have a lot of people that are also heading out on the road to get your travel started for Thanksgiving. 26 degrees currently in Chicago. Cincinnati's 25 degrees. Cleveland only 23. Des Moines right at freezing. Look at what happens as you go through the day. We get a nice little warming. You got a lot of sunshine. So St. Louis, you're up to 56. A little cooler in Chicago. You're a little closer to that center of that low. You're going to be breezy as well. 36 degrees for you. That's all you're going to get up to. Maybe only 35 for your high today, even though there's a lot of sun in your forecast. So I would say jackets. Lots of those today. How about Indianapolis? Your high 43. You might see one or two clouds, especially this morning. They should clear out by this afternoon, Anna Rhodes.
All right, thanks, Kate. Let's talk about the cold weather. It's a good day to break out your beanies in the Northeast. Coming up, look at the frigid temperatures and when it could start to warm up. We've got a hypothermia alert in Washington, D.C., but we take a live look at Minneapolis. If you're looking for something to do, check out the rink at Rice Park. You can ice skate for free.
Every step, every stride, every start. Begin strong with the lasting energy of 100% whole grain Quaker oats. And off you go.
What's this? A box. It takes worn out things and makes them better.
It's our biggest breakthrough yet. We're taking worn out batteries and making them into something strong. Energizer Eco Advanced, world's first long-lasting battery made with 4% recycled batteries.
Coughing, sniffling, and wishing you could stay in bed all day. When your cold is this bad, you need new Theraflu Express Max. Theraflu Express Max combines maximum strength medicines available without a prescription to fight your worst cold and flu symptoms, so you can feel better fast and get back to the job at hand. New Theraflu Express Max, the power to feel better.
When heartburn hits, fight back fast. Tums Smoothie starts dissolving the instant it touches your tongue and neutralizes stomach acid at the source. Smoothies, only from Tums.
It's been an amazing year for Honda. With the all-new HR-V crossover, all-new Pilot, and the all-new Civic. There's a lot to celebrate, so hurry in to Happy Honda Days and take home KBB.com's best overall brand.
Isn't it funny that the people you're closest to are also the hardest to shop for? But if you know where to look for inspiration, you can find the perfect gift for everyone on your list. Low prices on everything you need to share wonder every day. Walmart.
If you're the band Europe, you love a final countdown. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
You can't always be there to protect her down the road. Make sure the tires she's riding on will. With the revolutionary Michelin Premier Tire, even when half worn, it's still safe, thanks to Evergrip technology. The Michelin Premier Tire, safe when new, safe when worn.
We're geeking out on what's happening in weather, how it happens, and why it's so freaking cool.
Weather Underground, weeknights at 6 on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 61 degrees under fair skies. Today, sunshine and clouds mixed. High 77. Winds north at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Tonight, partly cloudy skies this evening will become overcast overnight. Slight chance of a rain shower. Low 65. Tuesday, overcast. Slight chance of a rain shower. High 73. Winds northeast at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Good morning to you on this Monday, November 23rd, 2015. Here's a look at our top 3 stories for the day. And we have a cold blast of air from the Midwest to the south and to the northeast, but it's a quick shot.
A quick shot of it, but
a sure shot.
But a sure shot, and hey, how about this? A sure shot of snow in the west. You're going to wake up to a little bit of rain moving into Seattle by the end of the day, but that all moves to the heart of the country.
That it does. Wednesday into Friday, we're talking rain, snow, and freezing rain. A big event happening. Welcome into America's Morning headquarters. I'm meteorologist Stephanie Abrams alongside meteorologist Kate Parker.
Yeah, Jim is off today, but you know what? The cold did not take a day off.
No.
If you're at home with the kids and they're like, let's go outside, put jackets on them. It's freezing.
It is. Let's take you into the southeast this morning, the Queen City, where we are sitting at 30 degrees. Feels more like 25. But what a spectacular sunrise there.
This is gorgeous.
It is. That building, I don't know the name of that building, but it always reminds me of, like, you know, a queen's crown.
It does.
You know, sticking up in the sky. So beautiful there. So we are chilly here into the southeast. I mean, this is a kind where I think you need the gloves out there if you're not used to this, and perhaps a scarf. And we will see those 20s all the way down into Jackson, Mississippi. 51% of the population is below freezing this morning. Now, remember, the population right now sits at just over 300 million people. It's like 318 million, 319, something right around that. So we're talking 50% of that. Freeze warnings anywhere you see the pink, also frost advisory down into the state capital of Florida. So we do have those clear skies. So you had a lot of radiational cooling going on, so the temperatures can really drop low, and we will see our temperatures rebound. Now, for the most part, we're sitting about average here, and you will see that sunshine, so it's going to feel even warmer than this says outside. Raleigh, though, you're cold, 12 degrees below average for you. And then tomorrow we're going to get a little bit warmer, a tad warmer. Even into Orlando, though, we're going to be below average. So if you're headed down to any of the theme parks for this Thanksgiving week, it's going to be really pleasant. You're not going to be totally schwitzing it out, at least for the day tomorrow. Here into Atlanta, we will see that sunshine, and we will see those mid-50s into the afternoon hours. How about we take you into Memphis? Another great place to visit. A lot of things to do here into Memphis. A lot of history there as well. So if you're doing any of those tours, you will see the sunshine, and maybe that'll take you to the Sun Studios. That's where there was a lot of, records made in the 50s and 60s.
Oh, cool. I didn't know that. Yeah, you were giving all kinds of Thanksgiving week tips. Okay, so strong winds on the backside of Winter Storm Bella caused a little lake effect snow on Sunday. Take a look at this. This is not all lake effect snow. This is out of Cleveland. Now, they did get another dusting in Cleveland, and then out in the suburbs, got a little bit more, about 1.5 inches or so to 2 inches from the lake effect. Right? The lake is so warm right now. That's why we're seeing this snow. Look at this picture. This is a great example of how lake effect snow looks whenever you're on the other side of it, when you're not in it, right? You're looking here in the distance in Rochester, and you can see this is very shallow. This is all it is, that lake effect snow. It's that cold air blowing over the very warm water. But look above here. It's the Big Dipper. How cool is that? Very cool. Very cool picture for us. Okay, let's take a look at current conditions, because we do have the possibility of seeing a couple more spots of some lake effect snow today. In fact, it's already happening. There's Buffalo. You're not in it. In fact, you're pretty chilly this morning compared to yesterday morning thanks to these northerly winds. We do have some snow coming off into Syracuse this morning, just a dusting so far recorded there. But as we go throughout the day, watch what happens. We continue to see just these little bouts of it. In Michigan, across into Buffalo, you do get into that lake effect snow today. Although, you know, it can be like a mile to the north, a mile to the south, miss Buffalo completely. That's how it works out sometimes. But those winds going to be back out of the south, so it's going to shift through the day on where exactly we see those snow showers as those cold winds blow over the warm lakes. Now, 1 to 3 inches possible, Watertown, Erie. country. For the most part, though, it's going to be a dusting across the area. So this is not a significant snow event. Stephanie, if you remember this time last year, we had snow that was like above everyone's
last
head.
year, this is when we had the Buffalo event. It was like
Hamburg,
last week. Yeah, it's almost the year anniversary to that. Okay, well, speaking of the snow, we are going to feel the impacts of the next winter storm into the west, and it's going to be rain for places like Seattle and snow into the higher elevations. Here's a live look at Seattle and the International Cat Video Festival.
Kidding me.
No, I'm not. Like, seriously, International Cat Video Festival kicks off today in Seattle. It's a 3-day celebration of cute cat videos posted on the internet. I can't with that. But people love these cat videos. They sit
millions of views. And we got a cat in the studio.
Ay, papi. All right, let's take you into this western storm here and show you what we are dealing with. We're going to have a trough that's going to dip it into the west. Now, we still need a lot of rain and snow into California. We'll probably still be the driest year, even though we've been having a little comeback here, like LL Cool J sang about. But today, here's the rain and the snow. We're going to get it here from the peninsula, the Cascades. As we go down into the Sierra, we will get in on the snow as well tomorrow. By the way, don't tune us out if you live along the East Coast, if you live in the center of the country, because this is our next weather maker across the entire country. Snow into our Wednesday. Great news if you guys are doing any skiing for your Thanksgiving holiday, and I know a lot of ski resorts open up. And we're going to see some good snowfall totals here, 8 to 12 inches, 12 to 18 into the Sierra. Also, as we look towards the West Coast as well, the Cascades. Seattle. It's going to be in the 40s and raining. I know you're kind of used to it, but if you're visiting Seattle and you're not used to it, you are going to need the layers. And Oregon as well, especially if you're going to stand in line for that donut shop. And it's blanking out of me right now. Voodoo Donuts. Salt Lake City, a little snow mixing on Wednesday night, but Thursday it's going to be beautiful and sunny. Have you been to Voodoo Donuts? It's where they do all sorts of funky donuts. I'll show you online. You should go if you go. Yeah.
Thanks, Steph. Let's head to the Midwest and begin our stories coast to coast. We start in St. Louis, where firefighters believe a space heater may be to blame for starting a deadly house fire. Temperatures there in the 20s early Sunday morning when the fire started. Firefighters say there were no working smoke detectors in the home. 3 young children died in the fire. A child who survived described how he escaped.
I thank God for my neighbors that was there. They came out, they helped us. When I helped my brothers, we all got on top of the roof and they helped us get down. So I was able to save a couple of my brothers, but just them 3, my 2 cousins and my little baby brother.
Firefighters say a 50-year-old man was seriously hurt when he tried to get back in the home to rescue the children. Pretty much business as usual at airports across the Midwest this morning, but that wasn't the case over the weekend. Take a look at Chicago. Winter blasted O'Hare International, quickly delivering 11.2 inches of snow. That was enough to make it O'Hare's second biggest November snowfall on record. FlightAware.com reports more than 1,000 flights were canceled at the airport over the weekend. A week of Thanksgiving travel off to a chaotic start. Of course, we've got your travel updates at 20 and 40 past the hour. And Kate, Wednesday doesn't look so good.
Yeah, not looking great, but, I think I'll go to Boston. Yeah. What do you think about that? Yeah, look at the clouds. They are getting out of here. We're starting to creep in with a little bit of that sunshine. Your temperatures are not that much cooler than they were yesterday. They're a little bit. Yeah, you did dip below freezing, which officially means it's the first freeze of the season for Boston. So there you go. But, you're still clearing. See how these clouds, they're creeping out. The thicker stuff is already offshore, but you're still clearing just a little bit. You've got the winds out of the north, much colder in several spots this morning than you were yesterday morning. In fact, look at this 24-hour temperature change. Boston, I was telling you, you're 9 degrees colder. Yes, it's colder. It's below freezing, but New York is 18 degrees colder than they were this time yesterday morning. You've got 10 degrees cooler in Buffalo, 12 degrees cooler in Pittsburgh. Now, the front had already cleared these places, but now the winds are out of the north rather than out of the west. That's why you're still seeing cooler temperatures settling in. Watch what happens. Look at this. I love this because you can see the cool creeping in. The before sunrise cool. Yeah, and that front clearing, you can see that change. I love it. Okay, so you're in the teens to start out this morning in Burlington. This afternoon, you do warm up enough to make it just above freezing, but not much. Not much above
at least you got the sunshine, though. That'll certainly help a little bit as well. Well, more than 47 million of the U.S. is expected, or I should say 47 million of us are expected to hit the road for Thanksgiving. We're going to go region by region and look at your travel forecast and where it's going to be wet and soggy for your Black Friday. We're going to be back here in 60 seconds after your local on the 8s.
Currently in our area, 61 degrees under fair skies. Today, sunshine and clouds mixed. High 77. Winds north at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Tonight, partly cloudy skies this evening will become overcast overnight. Slight chance of a rain shower. Low 65. Tuesday, overcast. Slight chance of a rain shower. High 73. Winds northeast at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Slow going on the roads in Des Moines, Iowa over the weekend due to the snow. Winter storm Bella brought nearly 7 inches of snow to the city. That was the first measurable snowfall of the season. Thanks to the snow cover, Des Moines didn't get above freezing Saturday for the first time since March 5th. 'Tis the season, right, for the layers. So let's have a look at your Thanksgiving travel, and then we're going to go region by region. We're not going to bury the lead, as they say. We're going to show you right off the top what's happening here on Thanksgiving if you are traveling on this day, and then we'll get you for what's happening today. So we are going to see a messy system here. Of course, today it's starting in the northwest, but anywhere from really the Rockies all the way into the Midwest and the Southern Plains, it's going to be unsettled. But did you notice the temperatures? Much, much warmer. Here's a look at our holiday travel for the day today. Maybe a few snowflakes here into Michigan, but that's really all you're going to have to deal with. Into tomorrow, it's going to be dry as well. Now, Chicago, we are going to see our temperatures rise on up here. Chicago is concerned already about this rain Thursday and Friday. There's about 1.5 inches of water in that snow that's going to melt. O'Hare officially got like 11.5 inches or something close to that. And then 2 inches of rain potentially on that Thursday, Friday on top of it. So mainly those creeks and those rivers, that's what they are worried about. That's what we actually spoke to the meteorologist at the Weather Service office there in Chicago. Today in the south, again, everything's very quiet, but you have to see this stuff in the west. This is what's beginning, and that's what's going to be traveling across the country for an entire Thanksgiving week. So it's going to hit us on different days across the country. Here it is into Dallas as we head from our Wednesday into our Saturday. So our maps, I feel like, are kind of deceiving, and it's like, there's nothing going on, we don't have to worry. But it is coming your way at least midweek towards the end of the week. Anna Riss.
All right. Thanks, Steph. Let's talk about the temperatures. We have pleasant weather across the eastern third of the country for much of Thanksgiving week, but it will be quite chilly in some places.
Cold temperatures move into the East Coast today after bitter cold hit the upper Midwest. Temperatures dropped into the single digits and lower in at least 4 states on Sunday, the first of the season across the U.S. The cold followed a major snowstorm, which hit from South Dakota to Michigan earlier in the weekend.
I don't think I've gone faster than 15 miles an hour all day.
I've seen a few people in ditches. The deep freeze turned a lot of snow to ice, making things especially dangerous for anyone driving.
Everybody's driving winter skills are rusty right now, and people need to take some extra time and allow some extra distance between you and the vehicles ahead of you and alongside of you.
Dozens of accidents were reported in eastern Michigan on Saturday. Dozens of canceled flights and power outages were also reported in the upper Midwest.
Okay, let's take a look at some of the snow photos you're sharing on social media this morning. And this is an odd one. So melting snow on asphalt. This is a driveway in Redford, Michigan, creates 12.5 snow donuts. Yes, we counted. This picture was shared on Facebook by Cheryl Denzer. And one of our meteorologists tells me this process is not fully understood, but it's believed to be caused by the uneven melting of high moisture snow. It's apparently more likely to happen on black top surfaces. Kate, have you seen it before?
I have not seen those donuts before. That's interesting. You know, and it does make sense. You know, the blacktop surfaces, the asphalt, that's going to absorb a lot more of the solar radiation. It's going to, you know, cause things to melt differently. and melt faster too. Okay, let's talk about what's going on with your weekend in view always. There it is down there. We've got to get to it though. Today, pretty quiet, much colder than we have been, but I want you to watch the West Coast because you're getting into this mess. The mountain snow, you have the snow chains in your car if you're driving because you are going to see some pretty heavy amounts, some pretty significant amounts through the Sierra Nevada. And then once we get to Wednesday, big travel day, right? It's going to be a couple showers, right, from the Great Lakes down into Texas, but the snow continues. Salt Lake City stretching up north into the northern Rockies. By the time we get to Thursday, your Thanksgiving, it's snowing in the Rockies. A lot of resorts opening that day, right? A lot of the ski resorts. So good news there. You're going to get some fresh snowpack. Bad news for travel plans from the Great Lakes to Texas on Thursday because you are going to get wet. So make sure the turkey's nice and covered or your stuffing nice and covered tightly. Friday is when we get concerned because a lot of people start thinking about heading home and we have the possibility of freezing rain in the forecast. You'll notice it here through the Panhandle and into Oklahoma, and Saturday looks maybe even worse for this setup, where the possibility for the Panhandle of Texas up along the Red River into Oklahoma. Freezing rain is obviously one of our most dangerous concerns. Although we get nervous when there's sleet and there's any kind of ice, freezing rain freezes on contact, and it can cause a real mess. It's incredibly dangerous, and this is a huge travel weekend for us. So going forward, that's going to be our big story, I think, Steph.
That it is. And we're tracking your morning commute across the country. We have snow showers coming off the Great Lakes. That is going to slow you down on the interstates, and it's all coming up after your local on the 8s here on America's Morning Headquarters.
The new 2016 Ram Limited. You don't have to be a king to be treated like one.
Once upon a time, there was a nice house that lived with a family. One day, it started to rain and rain. Water got inside and ruined everybody's everythings. The house thought she let the family down. But the family just didn't think a flood could ever happen.
The reality is, floods do happen. Protect what matters. Get flood insurance. Call 888-RAIN-383 to learn more.
It takes a lot of work to run this business. I'm on the move all day long. And sometimes, I just don't eat the way I should. So I drink Boost to get the nutrition that I'm missing.
Boost Complete Nutritional Drink has 26 essential vitamins and minerals, including calcium and vitamin D to support strong bones, and 10 grams of protein to help maintain muscle, all with a great taste.
I don't plan on slowing down anytime soon.
Stay strong, stay active with Boost. Now try new Boost Compact and 100 calories.
Need new tires? Right now at Pep Boys, when you get 3 Falcon, Cooper, or Hankook tires, you get the 4th tire free instantly. Plus, get no interest and paid in full within 12 months on your Pep Boys credit card. Trust the boys to get...
Life's busy, but you can stay connected to family and friends with Xfinity Voice. Create up to 4 additional phone numbers to enjoy unlimited nationwide talk and text, anywhere you go. Plus, with features like readable voicemail and caller ID across your smartphone, tablet, even TV, you'll never miss an important message. Life's busy, and the old phone company can't keep up. So switch and save with Xfinity Voice. Just $19.99 a month for 12 months. Call or go online today.
Al Jazeera America brings you independent reporting without spin.
Not everybody's asking the questions you're asking me today.
We give you more perspectives.
The separatists took control a few days ago.
And a global view.
Now everybody in this country can hear them.
Getting you the story firsthand.
What's your message then?
We need help now.
With real reporting, context, and understanding. Watch Al Jazeera America, Channel 107. See what you've been missing.
4173. Thanksgiving Day on NBC is your home for the holiday. It starts with Macy's Parade and a special preview of The Wiz, followed by the National Dog Show presented by Purina. Then, an encore of the parade, and finally, the Bears battle the Packers in prime time. It all starts 9 a.m. everywhere Thanksgiving Day on NBC.
Stay tuned for your local on the 8s, brought to you by LL Bean, guaranteed season after season.
just like that, it's a whole new world outside. And jackets come out of hibernation. And we can feel the air. We can see it too. And we gear up and layer up and zip up. And we make the most of the new season. Because when the world is at its coldest, we're at our warmest. LLB. Guaranteed season after season.
Currently in our area, 61 degrees under fair skies. Today, sunshine and clouds mixed. High 77. Winds north at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Tonight, partly cloudy sky. Tuesday, overcast. Slight chance of a rain shower. High 73. Winds northeast at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.